welcome. The day is done. The world that demands your attention has spun away, leaving you here in this quiet, safe space. There is no email to answer. There is no phone to check. There is only the sound of my voice and the slow, steady rhythm of your own breathing. In and out, in and out. Tonight, we are embarking on a very long journey. Not a journey of miles, but a journey of time. We are going to drift back to the year 1587. But we are not going to rush. We are going to move at the speed of a sailing ship in a calm sea, drifting, floating, waiting. I want you to visualize a heavy velvet curtain. It represents the present day. It is thick and heavy. Slowly, watch as it is pulled back. Behind it, there is a gray mist. Cool, soft, swirling. Step into the mist. Feel it brush against your cheeks. It smells of old paper. It smells of oak wood. It smells of the sea. As we walk through this mist, feel your body getting heavier. Your eyelids are heavy. Your shoulders are heavy. Your hands, resting by your sides, are heavy. You are walking toward the docks of Plymouth, England. The year is 1587. It is early morning. The sun has not yet risen. The world is painted in shades of charcoal and slate blue. There is silence here, a profound pre-industrial silence. No engines, no sirens, just the lap of water against wood. Lap and recede, lap and recede. Let us stand here for a moment, just breathing in the cool, damp air of the 16th century. You are safe here. You are an observer, a ghost in the mist. The dock AT Plymouth. Imagine the texture of the wood beneath your feet. Rough-hewn timber planks, damp with the morning dew. They are solid. They are ancient. They have borne the weight of thousands of sailors, thousands of dreams. You walk slowly to the edge of the dock. In the harbor, 3 shapes emerge from the fog. They are the ships, the Lion, the flyboat, and the governor's ship. They do not look like machines. They look like sleeping creatures, great wooden whales resting on the surface of the black water. Their masts rise up, disappearing into the gray sky like bare winter trees. The rigging miles of hemp rope hangs slack, waiting for the wind. Can you smell the tar? It is a sharp, grounding scent. It is used to seal the wood, to keep the ocean out. Pine tar and oakum. It is the perfume of adventure. Walk closer to the Lion. Reach out in your mind and touch the hull. The wood is cold. It is slick with moisture. It feels real. It feels solid. These ships are waiting for their passengers. 150 15 men, women, and children. They are sleeping in nearby inns, or perhaps already curled up in the hold, resting before the great voyage. They are not soldiers, they are families. Think of the word families, fathers, mothers, children. They are leaving everything they know, every street they have walked, every house they have lived in. They are trading the known stone of England for the unknown forests of Virginia. Why? For a dream of a city, the city of Raleigh. But for now, there is no city. There is only water, dark, deep, rhythmically moving. Watch the water interact with the hull of the ship. It rises up. Hush. It sinks down. Hush. The tide is coming in, slowly lifting the great ships, inch by inch, lifting you, lifting your worries, lifting your thoughts, and carrying them away. The cargo of dreams the sun begins to hint at the horizon. A pale, milky light filters through the fog. The dock begins to wake up, but it wakes up slowly, sleepily. Watch the loading of the supplies. This is a rhythmic dance. Barrels of fresh water. Roll, roll, roll. Stop. Sacks of grain, heavy and rough against the skin. Lift, carry, set down. Chests of tools. Axes to clear the forest. Saws to cut the timber. Hammers to build the homes. Iron and wood, iron and wood. Imagine the sound of a heavy rope being coiled on the deck. Slap, slap, slap. A mesmerizing, repetitive sound. Among the luggage, there are personal treasures. A woman carries a small mirror wrapped in wool. A man carries a leather-bound Bible, the pages worn soft by touch. A child carries a wooden doll carved from an apple branch. These small things are anchors. They connect the old life to the new, just as your breath connects you to sleep. Inhale the past. Exhale the present. John White stands on the quarterdeck. He is the leader. He is an artist. He sees the world in lines and shades. He looks at the gray sky and sees silver. He looks at the dark water and sees ink. He is calm. He trusts the wind. He trusts the wood. He trusts the silence. He is thinking of the island, Roanoke. He has been there before. He remembers the scent of the cedar trees. He remembers the warmth of the sand. He projects his mind across the ocean, visualizing the destination. Peaceful, green, quiet. Do you see it too? A green island in a blue sea, waiting for you. But first, we must cross the water. We must surrender to the ocean. Casting off the moment has come. The tide is high. The water is full. Listen to the command given in a low, booming voice. Cast off. The heavy ropes are untied from the iron bollards on the dock. They splash into the water and are hauled up, dripping onto the deck. The connection to land is broken. There is a moment of pure drifting. The ship is no longer held by the land, but not yet driven by the wind. It floats, weightless, aimless, free. Feel that sensation in your own body, the sensation of being untethered. You are not attached to your to-do list. You are not attached to your memories of the day. You have cast off. You are floating in the harbor of sleep. The great canvas sails are unfurled. Whoosh, snap, they catch the breeze. The ship shudders just once as it accepts the energy of the wind. And then it begins to move, slowly at first, so slowly you barely notice. The dock slides away. The houses of Plymouth slide away. The green hills of England slide away. They become smaller and smaller and smaller until they are just a line of gray against the horizon. And then they are gone. Now there is only the circle of the sea, 360 degrees of horizon, the sky above, the water below, and you safe in the center, drifting towards the sunset, drifting towards the dream, drifting towards sleep, the rhythm of the Atlantic. We are now in the deep ocean. The world of men has been left behind. We have entered the world of water. Here, time does not move in hours or minutes. It moves in swells, rise and fall, rise and fall. The ship, the Lion, is a tiny speck of wood on a vast canvas of blue. Imagine the view from the crow's nest, high above the deck. Look north, blue water. Look south, blue water. Look east, blue water. Look west, blue water. It is a perfect, unbroken circle, a mandala of peace. There is nothing to look at, so the eyes can rest. There is nothing to focus on, so the mind can unspool. The ship cuts through the water with a steady hiss. White foam curls away from the bow, creating a path of bubbles that lingers for a moment and then disappears. The ocean erases our path. It keeps no record. It asks no questions. Down below decks, the air is warm and dim. The families are resting. The swaying of the ship is a cradle. Left and right, left and right. It is the rhythm of the womb, the rhythm of the heartbeat. It tells the nervous system, you are safe. You are held. You can let go. The colors of the sea let us observe the colors of the Atlantic. We think of the ocean as blue, but it is 1,000 colors. At dawn, the water is the color of polished slate. Smooth, As the sun climbs, the water turns to sapphire, deep, rich, and translucent. At noon, when the sun is high, the tips of the waves catch the light and sparkle like crushed diamonds. Sparkle, flash, sparkle, sleep. In the late afternoon, the sea turns to deep indigo, a purple so dark it is almost black, and at sunset, the water mirrors the fire of the sky. Gold, orange, pink, molten metal cooling into the night. Imagine you are leaning over the rail, watching the water change. You are watching the colors shift, one shade melting into the next, slowly, imperceptibly, like your thoughts. One thought melting into the next, becoming less distinct, becoming soft edges, becoming dreams. A rain shower passes over the ship. It is not a storm, just a gentle summer rain. The drops hit the deck. Tap, tap, tap. They wash away the salt spray. The air smells sweet and clean. The sound is white noise, nature's lullaby, hissing rain, rolling waves, creaking wood. Wrap yourself in this sound. Pull it around your shoulders like a heavy woolen blanket. Warm, dry, safe. The night watch, the sun dips below the horizon. The light fades from the sky, purple to navy to black. The stars emerge. In 1587, there was no light pollution. The sky is a crowded tapestry of light. The Milky Way stretches across the heavens like a river of spilled milk. The constellations are bright and sharp. Orion, the Great Bear, Cassiopeia. The sailors navigate by these stars. They look up, neck craned back, tracing the geometry of the heavens. They find the North Star, the constant point, the anchor in the sky. Imagine you are lying on the deck of the ship, looking up. The ship rocks gently beneath you. The mast sways back and forth against the star field, tracing a slow arc back and forth, back and forth. It is hypnotic. Your eyes follow the tip of the mast. Left, right, left, right. Your eyelids feel heavy. The stars begin to blur. They streak into lines of light. The boundary between the sea and the sky dissolves. You are floating in the stars. You are floating in the dark. The ship is a tiny wooden seed carrying its precious cargo through the night. Sleeping. Everyone is sleeping. The captain sleeps. The children sleep. The birds, tucked into the rigging, sleep. And you sleep. The doldrums days pass. Weeks pass. We enter the doldrums. The wind vanishes. The sea becomes a mirror, glassy, still, flat. The ship stops moving forward. It just sits there, resting on the surface of the deep. There is no rush. The ocean is teaching us patience. Look at the water. It is so still you can see the reflection of the clouds perfectly. You can't tell where the water ends and the sky begins. It is all one vast, empty space. There is silence here, real silence. The creaking stops. The splashing stops. Just a gentle, barely perceptible breathing of the ocean. Inhale, exhale. In this stillness, your mind becomes still. The ripples of your thoughts smooth out. The waves of your anxiety flatten. You are as calm as the doldrum sea. You are simply existing, floating, drifting, being. There is nowhere to go. There is nothing to do. Just this moment. Just this peace. Just this sleep. Landfall. The long blue journey is ending. Feel the change in the rhythm of the water. It is no longer the deep, rolling heave of the Atlantic. It is the choppy, energetic dance of the shallows. The water changes color from the deep indigo of the abyss to a brilliant, translucent turquoise. You can see the bottom now. White sand, rippled by the tides. Sunlight dancing on the seabed in a net of gold. Smell the air. The sharp salt is still there, but it is mixing with something else. Something warm, something rich. The smell of sun-baked earth. The smell of cedar trees oozing resin in the heat. The smell of wild grapes ripening on the vine. The ship drops anchor, rattle, splash. The heavy iron settles into the sand. The ship stops moving. The world stops moving. Lower the longboats. Climb down from the high wooden walls of the ship. Climb down into the small boat. You are getting closer to the water, closer to the earth. The oars dip into the clear water. Dip, pull, glide, dip, pull, glide. The boat slides up onto the sand, scritch. Hush, step out. Feel the solid ground beneath your feet. After weeks of rocking, the earth feels strange. It is so still, so permanent. It is there to hold you. You do not need to balance anymore. You can just stand. You can just rest. The shoreline walk up the beach. The sand is warm. It radiates heat up through the soles of your boots. It is a comforting heat, like a warm bath. To your left, the ocean stretches back to England. To your right, a wall of green, the forest of Roanoke. It is not a scary forest. It is a welcoming one. The trees are ancient live oaks. They do not grow straight up, they twist and turn. Their branches are heavy, reaching out horizontally like great, muscular arms. They are draped in Spanish moss, gray, lace-like curtains hanging from every limb. The moss moves in the gentle breeze, swaying, swaying. It looks like old men's beards. It looks like soft, gray clouds caught in the branches. Walk into the shade of the trees. The temperature drops. It is cool here, protected. The sunlight filters through the canopy in dappled pools. Green and gold, green and gold. The air is thick with humidity. It feels like a heavy blanket wrapping around you. It slows you down. You cannot move fast in this heat. You must move slowly, deliberately. Every step is a meditation. Step, breathe. Step, breathe. The abandoned outpost, we come to a clearing. There are structures here, remnants of the previous attempts to settle this land. Wooden frames, thatch roofs that have begun to slide. Vines are crawling up the walls. Nature is reclaiming the wood. It is quiet here. The silence of an empty house. The silence of a library. The new colonists, John White and his family, set down their bags. They run their hands over the rough wood of the abandoned fort. They are not afraid. They are tired. Imagine the feeling of finally putting down a heavy load, the relief in your shoulders, the lightness in your back. They sit on the grass. The grass is tall and soft. They listen to the island. The island welcomes them with a symphony of tiny sounds. The rustle of a lizard in the dry leaves, the buzz of a dragonfly's wings, the soft plop of a frog jumping into a pond. The sun begins to set behind the trees. The light turns golden, then amber, then violet. The shadows lengthen. The trees seem to step closer, offering protection. They are home. For now, they are home. And you are with them, safe in the green cathedral, watching the light fade, letting the darkness come, the rhythm of work. Morning comes to Roanoke. The mist rises from the sound, curling around the tree trunks like white smoke. The colony wakes up slowly. Listen to the rhythm of their day. It is a simple rhythm. It is the rhythm of survival. Somewhere a man is chopping wood. Listen to the axe. Thwack, thwack, thwack. It is not a violent sound. It is a productive sound. The sound of building a home. The sound of preparing for the future. Somewhere else, a woman is sweeping the earthen floor of a cottage. Swish, swish, swish. A repetitive, soothing motion. Cleaning, clearing, ordering the space. The air smells of sawdust. Freshly cut pine. It is a clean, sharp scent that clears the mind. It smells of new beginnings. The sun climbs higher. The heat returns. The cicadas begin their song again. Z, 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 z. A wall of sound that blocks out all other thoughts. It is white noise made by nature. Let it fill your ears. Let it vibrate in your mind, pushing away worries, leaving only the hum. The first child, August 18th, 1587. A day of quiet celebration. Inside one of the cottages, the air is still and warm. Eleanor Dare, the daughter of John White, is resting. In her arms, there is a new life. Virginia Dare, the first English child born in this new world. Visualize the scene. The light filters through the cracks in the wooden shutters. Dust motes dance in the beams of light. The baby is wrapped in soft linen. She is asleep. Her breath is tiny. In, out, in, out. Her grandfather, John White, sits nearby. He is sketching her. His charcoal stick moves softly over the paper, scritch, scritch, capturing the curve of her cheek. The tiny fist curled in sleep. There is so much hope in this room, but it is a quiet hope, a peaceful hope, like a seed planted in good soil. The rocking chair moves back and forth on the wooden floor. Creak, 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 creak. Match your breathing to the rocking chair, back and forth, in and out. You are as safe as that child, wrapped in the linen of sleep, watched over by the past. The twilight chorus. The sun sets on the first week of Virginia's life. The colony settles down for the night. The fires are lit. Smell the wood smoke. It hangs low in the humid air. Comforting. Ancient. The island changes guard. The birds of the day go quiet. The creatures of the night wake up. Listen to the frogs in the marsh. The deep, resonant call of the bullfrog. Jug-o-rum, jug-o-rum. It is a slow, bass sound, a sound that vibrates in your chest. Listen to whippoorwill. A lonely, repetitive call from deep in the woods. Whip-poor-will, whip-poor-will. The stars come out above the clearing. The same stars that watched them on the ocean, but now they are framed by the silhouette of the trees. The cottages are dark. The people are sleeping. They trust the island. They trust the night. You are part of this colony now. You have a cottage of your own, a bed of soft straw and wool blankets. Lie down. Listen to the frogs. Listen to the wind in the leaves. You are safe here on the edge of the world. The decision. The summer ends. The air changes. The humidity breaks, replaced by a crisp, cool breeze from the north. The leaves on the sweetgum trees turn from green to crimson, gold, orange, red. The island is dressing itself for autumn. the autumn comes a realization. The supplies are low. The winter will be hard. Someone must go back. Someone must cross the great blue ocean again to bring help. John White looks at his daughter. He looks at his granddaughter, Virginia. He does not want to leave, but he must. There is no panic in this decision, only a heavy, quiet acceptance, like a leaf accepting that it must fall from the tree. He packs his chest, his sketches, his maps, his journals. He is taking the image of the colony with him. Walk with him to the shore. The sand is cold now. The water is gray and choppy. The ship is waiting. The goodbyes are spoken in low voices. Promises are made. I will return. We will wait. Words carried away by the wind, dissolving into the sea foam. The vanishing sail, John White climbs into the boat. He rows away. He climbs up the side of the great ship. The anchor is raised. Clank, clank, clank. The sails fill with wind. The ship turns its back on the island. Stand on the beach with a leaner. Stand with the colonists. Watch the ship get smaller and smaller. It is a white speck on a gray wall. And then it is gone. The link to England is broken. The link to the past is broken. They are alone. But feel the quality of this aloneness. It is not lonely. It is solitary. It is the feeling of being snowed in. The feeling of the world stopping. There is no one coming. There is nowhere to go. There is only one here. There is only one now. The silence descends on the beach, heavier than before, deeper than before. It wraps around the island like a fog. The quiet year's time begins to blur. Days turn into nights. Nights turn into days. Without the ship coming back, the calendar loses its meaning. 1587 becomes 1588. 1588 becomes 1589. The colonists stop looking at the horizon. They stop waiting for the white sail. They turn their gaze inward, toward the forest, toward each other. They become part of the island's rhythm. They wake with the sun. They sleep with the moon. The English clothes wear out. The stiff collars, the heavy wool, they are replaced by soft deerskin, supple, quiet, clothes that do not rustle, clothes that let you move like a shadow. They are shedding their old skins. They are shedding their old worries. The empire is a dream. London is a dream. This, the smell of the damp earth, the taste of the fish, the warmth of the fire, this is real. Drift with them through the years. Let the seasons wash over you. Spring rain, summer heat, autumn wind, winter silence. Round circle of time, spinning you deeper into relaxation, deeper into the past. The message in the wood. Eventually, the time came to move. The resources at the fort were thin, but they were not desperate. They had friends. South of Roanoke, on the island of Hatteras, lived the CROATOAN people. They had food. They had warmth. They had community. The invitation was open. So, the colonists packed their things, not in a panic, but with the slow deliberation of people moving house. They took down the heavy timbers of the fort. They buried their heavy cannons. They lightened their load. Before they left, they carved a message. A signpost for John White, should he ever return. They chose a prominent tree, a large live oak near the entrance. Watch the knife carving into the bark. It does not carve a cry for help. It carves a destination, an address. CROATOAN, CROATOAN. Say the word in your mind. CROATOAN. It is a soft word. It rolls off the tongue. It sounds like a river flowing. It sounds like the wind in the grass. They did not carve a cross, the sign of distress. They just carved the name. They were leaving a note on the door. We have gone to the neighbors. We are safe. Becoming the forest, they walked south, along the sandy beaches, through the maritime forests. As they walked, the line between English and native began to blur. Imagine the two groups meeting, not with weapons, but with open hands. The colonists sat by the fires of the CROATOAN. They learned new words. They tasted new foods: maize, beans, squash. Virginia Dare, the little girl, grew up running in the surf. She did not know the streets of London. She knew the song of the ocean. She knew the path of the deer. The Lost Colony was never lost. They were found. They were absorbed, like a drop of rain falling into a calm lake. The drop disappears, but the water remains. Think of that assimilation. To be absorbed by something greater than yourself. To let go of your rigid identity. To let go of your name. To let go of your history. And just be a human on the earth. Breathing, eating, sleeping, the eternal sleep. The story of Roanoke ends in silence. John White returned years later. He found the carving. He found the silence. He never found them. And that is mercy. They were left alone to live out their lives in the peace of the new world, unbothered by wars, unbothered by kings and queens. They are sleeping now, beneath the sandy soil of the Outer Banks. Their dreams are the dreams of the island, and now it is time for you to join them in that deep rest. The mystery is solved. There is nothing left to wonder about. There is nothing left to fear. The island is dark. The fire has burned down to glowing embers, red and orange pulsing in the dark. Pulse, pulse. Your eyes are heavy. Your body is heavy. You are sinking into the sand, sinking into the mattress, sinking into the past. We leave the island of Roanoke to the mist. We leave the ocean to the moon. You are drifting away, drifting away, drifting. CROATOAN, sleep. CROATOAN, sleep. Good night.